Okay, welcome everybody to our great webinar today with Right Line Trading and 10-minute trades. We have a great show scheduled for you, so let me know that you can hear my voice and that you can see the screen, and we'll get started right away. So just give me a heads up that you can see and that you can hear, and we're going to get started. So today we're going to talk about appointment-based trading. What is a magnet trade? The ARS signal system. My name is Lee Goldstein. I'm the trading director for 10-minute trades. Please remember, all the trades, everything we're talking about today is for educational purposes. It is possible to lose money trading futures, so please trade carefully. I want to just give you a little bit of background on our company, 10-minute trades. We trade a methodology called appointment-based trading. We use the NinjaTrader platform and we trade futures. Okay, it's very important to understand those three concepts. NinjaTrader is the platform, we trade futures, and our system is appointment-based trading. And we're going to get into a brief re-explanation of our system. There's many webinars up at our YouTube channel, so we're not going to go in depth into our system, but for new people, we're just going to do a quick recap, and then we'll get into the real reason we're here, the ARS signal system and our Magnet 2.0. So at 10-minute trades, we have a system, our JOBB software, NewsTrader software. Our system is made up of 4 major pieces. We have actually multiple strategies that are part of our software. In other words, our software is 3 files. Each of those files is just a separate strategy, but it makes up one trading system, and the software installs into NinjaTrader. And within those strategies, within the software installation, are a variety of different setups: reversals, continuations, spike trades, time-based range trades, we have earnings trades, and of course, we have our magnet trades. 4 major elements that make up the system: our weekly market mover schedule, our daily market mover trade reports, trade room access, and then all the software. That is our system in a nutshell. Our weekly schedule, which is free by the way, and anybody can get our weekly schedule. All you have to do is go to our website, 10minutetrades.com, opt in for the free video, how to find your own 10-minute trades, and we'll send you our weekly schedule every week. Why is the weekly schedule so important? And why is it important even if you're not a news-based trader, an appointment-based trader? It's important because you want to know when you're in the market in a trade, or if you're getting ready to trade, you want to know when important events are going to take place that might move the market so much that it could ruin your trade if you're not aware of these events taking place. So go get our schedule, keep it by your desk every week, and you'll know when those important events are going to be taking place. So our schedule, of course, has the events that we're going to trade. We also have the time the events take place. And then, very important, we have the time that our trade room is going to be open. Because, remember now, we trade on a schedule. We do everything according to a set schedule. We don't sit and just watch charts all day long. We know when we're going to be in our trade room, and that's a very important concept. It saves us a lot of time and energy. We trade around the news. We trade the exact moment of the news. But it's all based around market moving events, market opens, and I'll show you. Also, on our schedule, we show you the instruments we're considering trading, when we're going to stream on YouTube, and sometimes we'll have a few extraneous notes that we also put on the schedule. So again, the schedule is free. Anyone can get it. Just go to our website, 10minutetrades.com. Opt in for the free video, how to find your own 10-minute trades, and you'll automatically get placed on our schedule email list. The daily market mover is our daily trade action report. Many of the events that we trade in our trade room get a DMM, but not every event. A DMM, we have two different types of DMMs. We have deep dive DMMs, and then we have the mini DMMs. This is a deeper dive. It has a journal on the report. It's got some tick data, potentially up to a few years of movement on a specific report. It also has a setup, yellow line here where my cursor is, a trade setup, and then there's text and information about the event. That's our daily market mover report. When it is sent out to our members the day before an event takes place. And that's the beauty of the report. We know, remember, we know we're trading on a schedule. So the idea is we send you this report before the scheduled event so you could look at the way we're considering trading it. You could practice trading it because NinjaTrader has a very important feature called market playback. You could replay trades. And that's very important. It's important for testing. It's important for finding and designing your own trades. And we have many webinars about all the different things you can do with market playback. And then if you notice at the bottom of this daily market mover, there's a second setup. It's a little mini setup, and it's a totally different type of trade. Sometimes when we go into our trade room to trade an important event, there might be more than one way you could approach the event. You might have a spike trade. You might want to trade it after the news using a magnet setup. You might want to trade a reversal trade on the event. So very often our daily market mover report might have more than one way that we're going to approach an event. Also, everybody likes to trade different instruments. You might not like trading gold where your friend does. You might like trading the ES. We might have a setup for the ES and for gold. So you can choose the setup that you like to trade better. Ideally, what you want to trade is the setup that we feel is the best. And we have setups that we call family money trades. Some of the trades and events that we trade are really, really good. In other words, what we do, our process, is we use a small amount of technical analysis, but we use a large amount of looking at how an event performed. So in other words, we're analyzing the performance of every event that took place previously, going sometimes up to 6 months in advance, in the past. So in other words, if we have a report like the U.S. jobs report, we will look at that report. Sometimes we actually have years of data on the U.S. jobs report because we've been trading it for years. But we generally will put on the DMM up to 6 months of data. And we are looking at how that report behaved every time the news was released. We base our setups around the performance of the event when the news is released. That's what helps us determine what our setups are going to be. So, as I'm saying, we do a small amount of technical analysis. We're very different from the average trade room, where they do a lot of deep dive with technical analysis. When you're trading fast-moving market events, technical analysis doesn't always matter because you've got to have the event take place, then the technical analysis comes into play. Sometimes when an event is fast-moving, technical analysis has no meaning because you're just trading the event and the speed of the event. So it's a different way of approaching the market. We're looking often at the performance of an event and we're setting up our trades based on that. It's a great way to trade, actually. Then our third element that makes our system a full system, of course, is our software. We call our software NewsTrader. In NewsTrader, we have many different setups. It's a custom strategy. It's an add-on to the NinjaTrader platform. And let me show you what I mean when we say we have custom setups. So this is actually the markets at the moment right now. and this is the Ninja Trader platform. In order for us to look at our software setups, all we have to do is right-click the chart, click the word strategy, click the word news trader, and now this setup screen here shows me different setups. I've got a breakout trade that I could set up, a range trade, which is a trade we use time to set up. Maybe you like to trade from 8:30 in the morning till 9 o'clock and you want to trade when the market breaks out of that 30-minute range. That's what our range trade can do. And then we also have reverse continuation trades. Those are quick little scalp trades, but they're not just random dangerous scalps. They're scalps, they're what I call intelligent scalps. Reversal continuation. Sometimes the market will continue moving in the way it started to move when the news is released, and sometimes it'll reverse. The reverse continuation trade is a very quick, simple way to put a safe trade on after or before the news, and that's called reverse continuation. Then there's a way in our software to just check an advanced trade box, and then it opens up a whole bunch of other possible trades that you could take. We have reverse breakout trades, we have market open trades, squeeze plays, and one-click range trades. Some of these trade setups we don't use anymore because maybe they were designed during the pandemic, or maybe the markets have changed. But the point is, we're always adding different setups, we're always changing and improving our software, making it better and easier to use. But inside of our News Trader software, you have these various setups to choose from. We choose the best setup to trade for a particular event, and then in our trade room, we show and teach everybody how to enter these events into our software. And it's very easy and very simple. Currently on the chart right now, I happen to have some magnet trades getting ready. I've got our signal system set up for this webinar, and I'll get into that in a few moments. But suffice it to say that our software has many different setups built inside of it, and we teach you how to use those setups in the trade room. And we call our software News Trader software. Then we have another strategy called Magnet Strategy and the Trap Trade Strategy. Our Trap Trade Strategy is very popular, especially in these volatile markets that we're seeing now. These are some of the most volatile markets I have ever seen in my trading life. I've been trading news with 10-minute trades going on my 9th year. And in all the years I've been trading, I have never seen markets like we're seeing today. What's really encouraging, though, is years ago, we didn't have the types of setups that we have today. Either you took a breakout trade or you took a trap trade, a reversal trade. And we really didn't have many other choices. Nowadays, we can take a trap trade. We can use our signal system. We could take a breakout spike trade. We could reverse. We could do a continuation. We have so many possibilities, but not too many that it's so confusing. We have enough possibilities to navigate the most volatile markets. And that's one of the things I wanted to stress today. Trading with the magnet strategy is a great way to trade all of this wild volatility. And when you think about these markets, one day we'll wake up and gold is up $300. Years ago, if gold was up $30 on the day, it would be all over the news. Now, certainly they mention it, but it's not all over the news like it would have been years ago because it happens multiple times during the week. This week alone, I believe that gold has been up more than $200 on more than one day, and up or down. Gold, last Friday, 2 Fridays ago, had a monstrous drop. Silver, all of the commodities are very volatile. But what's very, very encouraging and very, very exciting is that our magnet strategy and our reversal strategies allow us to deal with these volatile markets in a very controlled way. We're not out of control. We're not blowing up all of our cash accounts, and it's very manageable to trade this volatility. One thing you learn is your setups have to be bigger. If you had, a lot of times we will trade the news and we'll put a bracket on a chart. So when I say that we'll put a bracket on the chart, what we mean is you'll just see let me show you. I'll actually show you a real trade that we took this week. This week we got up early on, I think it was Thursday. We traded the Bank of England and we put a bracket on our chart. And that's a bracket. You have an X above the current price, a little X below the current price, and we're waiting for the news to come out. But here's the point I'm trying to make. The orange arrow is the current price. So the bracket, maybe that bracket is 15 ticks. In a very volatile market, you might look at that particular trade. We were trading the 6B, the British currency futures. They were pretty quiet. They weren't moving with a lot of volatility. So we were able to use our normal 15 bracket setup. It's just that simple. At this point in time, every instrument has to be looked at, and if it's very, very volatile, you can increase your bracket size. You can increase your stop size. You can do things to make a trade safer to manage in this volatile. Someone's asking a question, how can your system be used to trade with Apex accounts? So at this point in time, Larry, we don't recommend Apex. Apex changes the rules worse than any other company that we've ever seen. They just prevented people from trading gold, micro gold, copper. I don't really know why you would want to use a company that changes the rules constantly in the middle of the game. So we don't recommend Apex, and they wouldn't be a company that we would recommend for you. Like I said, choose a company that's going to give you the most freedom to trade. Don't choose a company that has the most restrictive rules and who has a tendency to change those rules in the middle of the game. So we don't recommend Apex, and most of our members have moved away from Apex and they're using companies like Lucid. We're trading using Bullinox. We're trading companies that allow us to trade, and that's very important to realize. So Apex, at this point in time, we recognize that they had been a leader in the industry, but they're doing things that we think are not trader friendly, and I would not recommend using Apex at this point in time. So choose the companies that allow you to be free, not that restrict you, and that's very, very important. And prop trading is very difficult these days. Just like regular trading can be difficult. Let's be honest, folks. Trading is a hard job. No one is going to give you easy money. You're going to have to earn it to get money out of the market. And these markets are difficult to trade because of the volatility. So you want to be able to trade all the instruments that you want to trade, not the instruments that your prop company says you can't trade. Trade with companies that allow you freedom. That's what I would recommend. So our software is a custom strategy add-on to NinjaTrader. As I just showed you, has multiple setups. You can automate your entries. You can semi-automate your entries. You can move your targets. Our software puts the targets on the charts. Stops are put on the charts. And you can manage your trade with our software in conjunction with the chart trading features of a NinjaTrader. The appointment-based trading method, it's a time-based approach. In other words, we find the time that we want to trade and we set our schedule around that time. You can schedule your trades on specific days at specific times up to a week in advance. And best of all trading has risk. We truly believe and we know that appointment-based trading is no riskier than any other form of trading. Any type of trading is risky in volatile markets, and it can be risky in normal markets. You want to have the right stops, you want to have the right setups, you want to have the best risk management that you can trade, and you want to trade smart. You don't want to just trade randomly without a setup and without a plan. So let's talk about also what triggers these appointment-based trades. What triggers a magnet trade? Two very important thoughts. A appointment-based trade, a breakout or a spike trade, and magnet trades. They're all triggered by high-impact economic reports, jobs reports, GDP reports, bank statements. Those are events that trigger trades because they move markets. Category 2, big company earning reports. We've had a lot of trades in the past couple of weeks. It's earnings season. We traded Palantir a week ago. We had a great trade with Palantir. Let me show you a quick trade. When I say earnings, so we invented a really unique way to trade earnings. We're not trading the stock. We trade futures when we trade earnings. We trade futures that move when a company releases their earnings. We use Thinkorswim to help us look at the stock charts. We use TradingView to also look at stock charts. Thinkorswim has a great news feed. We use that when we're trading the earnings. But ultimately, we're trading the NQ futures on Palantir. And we've studied Palantir's earnings. We know that when they release their earnings in these current markets, there's going to be an explosion of price in the NQ futures at the exact moment that they release their earnings. So for us, we're not looking at technical analysis on Palantir's earnings. We're looking for something else. We're looking for them to release their earnings when they say they're going to. Because if they release their earnings when they say they're going to, we can set up a trade based around time that we're going to get pulled into the market when their earnings come out. So we need companies, we trade companies that release their earnings when they say they're going to, and we need companies that when they release their earnings move a futures market that we can trade. Palantir released their earnings, it moved the NQ futures. In literally 1 second, we had almost $300 of profit in 1 second trading Palantir. We are now on our first year. Palantir is one of our newest earnings trades. It's funny, but a couple of years ago, they didn't really move the markets as much as they do now. There was not as much attention being placed on Palantir as a company. But that's one of our favorite earnings trades right now. The third type of trade that moves markets, market opens and closes. And the beauty of market opens and closes, there are more than one open and close during the day. You could trade, right now we're trading the oil open. And the oil open, it had months of great trading, and now it's very difficult. We trade the US market open. Very, very stable, very profitable market open. And we have end of the day trades. A lot of times earnings are at the end of the day and we get ready and we take a trade usually before earnings. We call it the end of the day trade. We know that 10 minutes before the market closes, there's almost always a tradable move, exactly 10 minutes before the market closes. And interestingly, 5 minutes before the market closes. Those are times where if you want to try and create a setup, it's very possible to do, and our software allows us to create these setups. How do we pick trades? We backtest events that we find on the calendars, forexfactory.com, investing.com. These sites list dozens and dozens of trades, and they show you, they give you a little bit of a heads up which are the events you might want to look at first. Forex Factory does this red file folder routine where they show you what they think is a most impactful trade. Well, over the years, remember what I said when we first started here, we've been doing this for 9 years. I know these events. We know which one of these events are worth trading. So we go through a variety of different calendars. We find the best events to trade. We practice trading them with the replay playback feature of NinjaTrader, and we come up with setups. We use forexfactory.com, investing.com, tradingeconomics.com. Those are our 3 favorite calendars for finding events. We use financialjuice.com for a squawk box. They have talking news. We can actually listen to the news in our headset. If you sign up for Financial Juice Pro, they have voice news. We actually hear the news in our headset, and that helps us trade during the news. And when we're doing our earnings, we use a company called, and when we're setting up our earnings trades, earningswhispers.com. It's a great site to learn about earnings, to look at earnings release events that have taken place, and they have a great schedule. You go to earningswhispers.com, top of the screen, you've got the best of the best earnings trades that are coming up. It's like a greatest hits. If you click the calendar and go to say next Monday, you get a really nice list of all the earnings after the close, for instance. You can use this little control panel to look at what's coming out before the market open. Those are two of the most common times earnings are released: before the market open and after the close. And earningswhispers.com is a fantastic free tool that lets us do a large amount of research so we can determine which company's earnings we want to trade and can trade using our futures earnings methodology. And it is a method, and I'm not bragging, I'm not trying to be a big shot or anything, but we invented this way of trading earnings with futures. We have trade setups based around futures moving at earnings, and it's a great way to trade. And again, it's on a schedule. Everything that we do is on a schedule, and it's very important to trade the best of the best events. We find the events to trade. We have trade setups, the best of the best. We label them our family money trades. Our family money trades are setups that work over and over and over. They're not 30% profitable. Most of our family money trades are 60% profitable and higher. And that's very important for them to get to be called a family money trade. It means exactly what we're saying. I would trade my own family's money on a family money trade. And that's how we came up with that name. The way that we trade, the variety of different ways that we have, is very prop account friendly. We teach our members how and what to do so that they could succeed trading in prop accounts. We have members that are taking money from their accounts. Langford, one of our recent members, just took money from Bullinox, trading market opens, range trades. One of our other members, Nitin, from Seattle, is taking money on a regular basis, also trading some market opens, scattered in range trades. Absolutely, if you trade the right way, the way that we do things is very prop account friendly. You need to know what the rules of the various companies are. It's like what Larry was asking. How can you trade, forgetting Apex's problems? Apex generally has a lot of rules that are anti-news, so they're generally not a news-friendly trading company. Some companies don't really care what you do as long as you follow consistency rules and that you trade well and follow their rules. And many companies don't have rules about news, but they have more rules about being consistent and trading intelligently. You know, they're not going to give you money if one trade you make $8,000, the next trade you lose $4,000. They don't want those types of crazy traders. They want consistent, reliable traders that have a plan and that do things in a controlled environment, and that helps you to succeed in cash accounts or in prop accounts. The key is we try and show you the methods that you can use in the various types of prop accounts, and members also are trading in their brokerage cash accounts. So today I want to stress the magnet trade. And we talk about the magnet trade all the time, but it looks very strongly like next week we will be releasing Magnet 2.0. I've been working on this software, this big software upgrade from our original Magnet for 2 months now, maybe 2.5 months. It has been a real labor of love. I love trading magnets. So the first thing to understand, all the years that we've been trading the news, there are certain things that we've always noticed that takes place. And I hate to use the word always. However, the one thing we know about magnets is magnets are always. People will always look at a high of day and a low of day. They'll probably always look at the previous market open. So it's very unusual. We usually tell people don't use the words always and never in the trade room when you're trading, because those words don't really work with trading. Just when you think it's always, the market surprises you and does something it never did. But from the beginning of trading time, people always looked at what we call magnets. So let's look at the charts again for a second. Here is a magnet trade taking place right as we're watching. This green line is the high of day. Traders put lots of orders around the high of day. They put orders around R1, which is a popular pivot. They put tons of orders around the VWAP. Those levels are constantly being tested. Those are what we call magnets. So we have favorite magnets. The high of day is a favorite magnet. The low of day is a favorite magnet. The PP is a favorite magnet. And the VWAP is a favorite magnet. Why favorite? Because they're such popular areas of price. So many traders put their orders on the charts around those areas. Those areas attract and repel price. Our concept with magnet trading is to exit your first order at the magnet. So in other words, we wrote a strategy that tests the magnet level. That's the whole idea, is to test the level that we know the market is going to test. The biggest thing you need to learn to be a great magnet trader is reading trend. Trend is really one of the best things that helps you in a magnet trade. And we have tools that help us to read momentum, trend, and we have a whole full-blown signal system that I'm going to talk about. That's part of our magnet trade strategy. But the key is understanding what creates a magnet trade, why it takes place. What happens is orders are placed around these areas of price, and the price is pulled into these areas. And then if you have a trade setup that exits at the high of the day, think about what just happened here. And I didn't even have to teach you anything. Just looking at this chart, this green line here that I just highlighted, that's the high of day. Gold is up. Right now, it's up over $90. So back in here, 20 minutes ago, gold was up over $80 and it was pushing up. We see the squeeze up momentum, light green pushing up, pushing up. We see price action pushing up. We see net change display, which is a free indicator we show you how to put on your chart with NinjaTrader. That's pushing up. All of those things are giving us the idea, hey, let's take a magnet trade for a test of the high of day. What happens? Gold, it's pushing up, it's pushing up. Put your order 20, 30 ticks before the high of day. What happens? Gold hits the high of day. There's your 20, 30 ticks of profit. And it even goes through. And it goes through a lot because gold is so volatile these days. It's not going through the magnet 5 ticks. It's going through 30 ticks. So we have the ability to take a totally normal trade, targeting the magnet and having another position for extra ticks if it goes through the magnet. And we can move our stop to break even if we hit the first target if you want to. All of the trade management features that you would expect any trade to have are part of our magnet strategy. Another new feature that's part of our Magnet 2 strategy. So look, we just got a signal. Momentum changes very often after you make a new high of day. Our magnet system has built into it a signal trading system. And the signal trading system can create long and short signals based on a variety of different criteria. One of the criteria is, did you just make new highs and lows? Is momentum changing? Do you want to consider a short? That's one criteria. And we have obviously coded into the software ways that the signal is generated. One of the things that we use is the squeeze momentum to change. The squeeze momentum changed color here, and we got a signal. And already this signal, if I had taken it, and there was plenty of time to take it, I would have taken the signal not on the candle that the signal showed up, because we wait for that candle to close. So the true first signal, I'm not going to be a liar here and a fraud and make believe I can get 20 extra ticks by telling you I would take the signal on that candle. The honest truth is I'm taking it on the next candle. There's plenty of time to get in, but let's assume I'm taking it at the worst place, not at the best place on that candle. Maybe I'm taking it after the candle starts forming. Look at what happened already. This is a beautiful reversal. I'll go to the middle of that candle, and I'll go not even as far as we've already gone. 94 ticks of profit was easily available on this gold signal, just as we were just talking randomly in this webinar. We got a perfect short signal. It was confirmed by the squeeze, and it was confirmed by bursting volume. First, the volume went up when it made the new high, which helped to confirm our magnet trade. The magnet trade ended, and inside of Magnet 2.0, we now have the ARS signal system, aftershock reversal system, or aftershock reversal squeeze, we call it. No, it doesn't matter what we call it. It's a system to generate signals after, in this case, after a new high and a new low is made. We also have the ability to just do a signal trading system based on our software programming. We call it the ARS standalone system. It generates signals, and we have ways of limiting the signals. If you notice, there's too many signals here. I can change the way the signals are generated by changing elements inside the software. So for instance, inside my gold magnet strategy, I can open the strategy and I can tell the strategy, don't generate a signal unless we get more candles that close in the direction that we want those candles to close. So I want maybe 3 candles before it'll generate. We will get less signals. It'll reduce them. Notice now there's only 1 signal. Also, you're not going to take that signal. That's a signal we haven't made the high yet. I'm not taking a short signal when I have not made that high yet. But very interesting how we did get that other signal just when we made a new high and low. So there are many ways that we can take these signals in our software, and we control how often the signals are generated with different settings in the software. So that's very important to understand how it works. I tend to love the most our high and low. I love the high and low signals. I think that they are the best signals to trade, because what we see in the market, when a new high is made, sometimes it'll keep making a new high 3, 4, 5 times, but eventually that new high, it's going to stop and it's going to have a phenomenal reversal. So sometimes you'll take a trade at the wrong time. and you'll take a trade and it hasn't stopped moving in your direction. The idea always is to take trades that are low risk. You don't want to lose all your money on one trade because you risked too much money. So the key is there will be times, sometimes you might take a signal and it might be wrong. But a lot of times what will happen is there will be signals that are generated in a row. And maybe that first signal won't work, but the next signal will be 800 ticks. We had 2,900 ticks on some of the gold moves that we saw this morning. That's impossible to understand if it was 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago. We've never seen these kind of moves before. And it really, with a magnet, when you're trading up to a high of low, a high of day or a low of day, it almost doesn't matter how volatile the market is. A lot of times what's important is whether or not you're getting a good signal or whether or not you're reading the trend properly. In this instance here, we were reading the trend properly. We had squeeze momentum pushing up, price action pushing up. All of the signs in our software were saying this is probably going to be a great magnet trade to take. And we took it. If we had taken it, we were just watching it because we were here giving a webinar. Had we taken it, it would have been a monster winner, a really beautiful winner. And if we had taken that short after that, look at what that did. You saw it. Fantastic short. It was the right time to take a short. A new high was made. Where would my stop be? Above the new high. Not that bad for taking risk on a reversal. And that went 90 ticks. 90 ticks. So we have a variety of different ways that our ARS signal system works. It can do standalone ARS signals. That's just a system where you're just taking our signals without anything except the signal system. My favorite signals are when we use levels, like the VWAP. We can generate signals based around the VWAP. We choose custom level and we can target the VWAP. Inside our software also, we can turn VWAP signals on or off. We have the ability to trade high of day signals, low of day signals, VWAP signals, VWAP changes in direction. Also, the PP, R1, we can target R1, R3, S1, S3, and the day's previous open. Also, we have the ability to custom level trade. Any price that you want to make a custom magnet, you can make it a custom magnet. Instead of targeting the VWAP, you just target ticks. So you could say, for instance, maybe you think the price 49.60 is a very important price. 49.60. I'll put a line on it just so you understand what I'm talking about. So right here, 49.60. You think that's a very important level. You can set up a custom magnet, and it takes about 5 minutes, not even, to set up a custom trade. I go into the software, click on the word strategy, turn on the magnet, put it on custom level, and then all I need is the value of that area that I want to exit my trade. Or maybe I want to put my order on at that level or near that level and exit at that level. So here's the thing to think about. The number that I type into custom, it's going to put an order, it's going to put a line at that area. So watch what happens. 49.60. This is very, very simple to understand. Any level can be a custom magnet. All I do is type in 49.60. I've already got a built-in target. My first target is going to be 3 ticks away from the level I want to exit at. All right, I have a stop. Whatever you want your stop to be, you just type the stop. But 49.60 is the key. I'm choosing custom level. I'm not even changing anything else except I put in a stop and I'm trading one position. So watch what happens, because it's very important to understand how easy it is to trade a custom level. Apply the trade, okay the trade. When I turn it on, I get a line at custom level and I get an order line. This order line simply tells the software, enter the trade here. The exit is going to be at the custom level, 49.60. If you're going down in price, the trade's going to be short, but you could also tell it to be short on the control panel. So the idea is we have a heavy line. The heavy line is our entry. We have a line that shows us where our exit is, and built into the software is target 1, 3 ticks away from our magnet. The magnet is the level that we typed in. So how could you use this? If you're a Fibonacci trader, you have Fibonacci levels. They show up on the charts over and over and over. You can use those levels, make them custom levels. So in addition to all the different ways we can trade custom level, we can trade magnets. After the magnet strategy is over, we could turn everything off. But here's the great thing, when it's off, we still get signals. If we just traded highs of days, lows of days inside of our software, when the software is off, it's not really off, it's still trading signals. It means the high of day, low of day trade is now off, but inside the software, we can turn on VWAP signals and high of day, low of day signals, because those, in our opinion, are the best signals to trade all day long. Signals that come off the high of day, low of day are extremely reliable, and signals that come off the VWAP are extremely reliable. So those are part of our built-in high of day, low of day VWAP system. But don't forget also, we also have the ARS signal system. So if you want signals to generate all the time, you can use the ARS system and it generates signals all the time. If you're a good reader of trend, that will help you choose the best signals to take. So once again, we can have signals being generated as a standalone ARS system. We can have signals generated off of highs of days and lows of days and off of VWAPs. Very, very simple, very, very easy to use. When you get a signal, we have an enter now button, and you can enter now, or it's really ARS enter now is our automated enter now button. When you get a signal, you click enter now, and the trade setup is controlled inside the software. How many positions you're going to trade, how many ticks you want for your target, all of that is easily controlled by just entering simple numbers into the software. And we also have filters. Sometimes when a market is making new highs over and over and over, sometimes it generates unwanted signals. Well, we have a filter built in that will limit some of those signals, because you want to try and rule out as many false signals as possible. So ARS is a signal generating system based on momentum, based on number of candles that close in a certain direction, and that's what the signals are based on. Whether you're getting a move in a direction, it's a directional, just a directional based signal system. My favorite signals, I'll say it over and over, are the signals that are based off of the high of day, low of day, and off of the VWAP. I don't trade 8 hours a day. I generally trade in the morning around the open, and just for fun, I didn't even look at the signals this morning. We trade the YM every morning. Let's go back to 9 o'clock, because that's when we start trading the YM. Usually we start looking at the YM at 8:30 or so, because we've been trading the oil open. So this is 8:20 in the morning on the YM, and I'm just going to, for fun, just let it go through the price a minute at a time. That was the market open, okay? And we actually took a magnet trade at the market. Actually, no, I take it back. We took a range trade this morning, had a small profit, price burst up, and then a signal was generated. The first signal was not a good signal. It was a false signal. Now, there might have been a strong reason not to take it because the market was exploding up. I'm not diving into the first signal after the open with the market exploding up. It sometimes doesn't give perfect signals. It's just the way of life. But sometimes, like we just got here, you'll get a perfect signal. You need to understand how to read trend. And there are certain signals that you learn not to take. And look, truth is, even though it wasn't a great signal, this signal still worked. Now looking at a 1-minute chart, going back in time to that signal that didn't look that great, it still worked. It wasn't the best pullback that I've ever seen. But if you just use the ruler, we're going to exit second candle, not the first. We still, on that signal, had 29 ticks of profit available. That's not a lot on the YM, but it's enough that it would get you out of a trade break even as you see that your signals are starting to work against you. Everything looked like this was going to be a solid trade, but then the momentum didn't follow through. And that happens. Sometimes momentum doesn't follow through. Every signal will not be a winner, just like every trade will not be a winner. But the strongest signals are the signals taken off of highs of days, lows of days, and off the VWAP. And we get many, many beautiful signals based off those time frames. Look at another signal we just got. We're in a bullish day on gold. We got a signal to go long, all right, from the ARS system. If you decided while you were sitting here that you think gold is bullish and you wanted to try that signal, remember, we're not taking it on the first candle, we're taking it on the second. Gold moved 50 ticks on that signal. That's a pretty profitable gold trade, 50 ticks. And that took looks like 3 minutes. So there was enough time to absolutely trade that for a profit and then move your stop to safety. So if you get a reversal like you're seeing now, at least you protect your first target, right? So there's a lot of different ways that you can protect yourself during a trade. But our ARS signal is a whole new system within a system. It's part of our Magnet 2.0, and we are really, really, really excited about this system. And I'm hoping with all hope that we're going to be releasing it next week. That's what it's looking like next week. So let me show you the rest of my slides, folks. I want to thank everybody for spending time with us today. We love these webinars. I love teaching you about our software. Let me shoot through my slides. I was hoping I could get to the exact slide I was at. Sometimes I just can't get there. So we showed you what magnets are, right? With our magnet strategy, our Magnet 2.0 is going to include a chart template. Why is a chart template so important? Because you want your chart set up the way that our charts are set up. That's the way it's easiest to see magnets. On our chart, we have the current day, open, high, low, pivots, important pivots, the order flow VWAP, volume up and down, net change display, and the squeeze. When we distribute our new Magnet 2.0, we're including a template for the magnet that gives you our chart setup. ARS, remember, it's an automated trade signal system. So here's the deal, folks. First off, I want to thank Rory and Rightline always for inviting us to do these webinars and giving us the opportunity to teach you what we think is a phenomenal way to trade these markets. I truly believe that our magnet system is one of the best trading systems available for prop traders and for cash traders because it allows you a way to trade safely in volatile, wild markets. And these markets are wild and volatile. So I'm going to post a couple of links, 2 links in our chat here. The first link is if you are a previous member. This is the link for joining back up with us. If you're a previous member, you can join back up with us for $97 a month. It's a steal. It's a phenomenal deal. Any previous member, we'd love to have you. It's $97 a month for absolutely everything that we offer. But for today, I've got a special deal. Anyone that's a new member, and this is a great offer, because if you're a new member, you can take this offer, and when the new magnet is shipped, and it will be shipped before this trial expires, that I promise. We will be out with our software before the trial expires. You can learn everything about our software, learn all about appointment-based trading, 30-day special price. It's going to auto-renew in 30 days for the $97 a month. You'll learn all of these things, all about our JOBB News Trader software, all about our daily market movers, the trade setups, all about our Pro Trade Room subscription. Everything that we do takes place in our trade room. We send out our trade reports and we talk about them and discuss them in our trade room. We have our Trap Trade software. You can trade in a prop account. We do it in our trade room. We show you what we think is the best way to trade in prop, in cash. We have classrooms in our trade room, trading earnings with futures, the family money trades, breakouts, range trades, news reports. Everything that we offer our regular members for a pro membership is included in this trial. Our News Trader software suite, Magnet Trade, the 2.0 the minute it comes out, reversals and continuations, our whole appointment-based trading method. Choose the schedule, choose the events you want to trade. All of our earnings trade rooms, www.gopro25.com. I've posted that into the chat. $20.26. You can take our trial if you're a new member for 30 days. Just say yes, join up with us. You'll get our 10-minute trade quick start video, all the daily market movers, the Pro Trade Room subscription, Magnet Strategy Masterclass, and you'll get our Magnet 2.0. You'll be able to be a part of our Magnet 2.0 Masterclass because we'll record it with members of our trade room, and we'll record it very shortly after the new strategy comes out. Everything that I'm showing you here is included, $20.26. Get ready for 2026. Get your trading in gear. Deal with the volatility in the safest way possible. www.gopro25.com. This trial expires Sunday at midnight. And everybody, I promise we are spending so much time teaching you how to do this. It is not too complicated. Sometimes people go, oh, there's too many setups. We don't have too many setups. We teach you how to use them all every single day we're in the trade room. Over and over, I am guiding you step by step how to put these setups on your chart, how to choose the right setup to use. It's not complicated, and you will learn how to do it. If you need help after this webinar, just go to help@10minutetrades.com. Send me a message. I will get back to you personally. I'll answer your questions. If you have doubts and you want to see a couple of videos, you want to see some winning trades, go to our YouTube channel. We stream a lot of our trade rooms. You'll see the truth. We trade every morning on YouTube. $20.26, folks. www.gopro25.com. We would love to have you join us for Broadcom's earnings. Actually, Cisco's earnings are next week. McDonald's earnings are next week, and I would love to teach you how to do it. So folks, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the opportunity to teach you about our system. We're really excited about the ARS signal creation system, and I do believe if it's not out next week, it's going to be out 100% the week after. We're going to get this out. We've been working on it, and I want to thank Rory. Are you out there, Rory? I want to thank you for giving us the opportunity, as usual, to present.
Oh, it's our pleasure, Lee. Thank you so much. I love that RAS. It looks incredible.
Thanks, Rory.
Great job.